Welcome to Farming Aid.
When we think about American farming today, it's easy to picture massive herds of commercial cattle, rows of fast-growing broiler chickens, or industrial hog operations. But long before agriculture became industrialized, there were the real American originals, heritage breeds that built this nation's farms from the ground up. These animals weren't designed for one single purpose. They were tough, adaptable, and essential for survival. From cattle that pulled plows and gave milk, to chickens that kept families fed through harsh winters, to pigs and turkeys that became staples of early homesteads, heritage breeds were the foundation of America's food system. Over time, many of them nearly disappeared, pushed aside by modern high-production breeds. But today, something remarkable is happening. Farmers, chefs, and food lovers are bringing these forgotten breeds back, not just to preserve history, but because they offer unique flavors, resilience, and a sustainable future. In this video, we're diving into the comeback story of America's true livestock originals, the heritage breeds making their mark once again. One of the shining examples of this revival is the American milking Devon, a cattle breed that traces its ancestry back to the earliest settlements in New England. Brought over from Devonshire, England in the 1600s, these cattle were essential for survival because they could do it all. They pulled plows, gave rich milk, and provided beef when needed. Their versatility made them indispensable for small farms, and their hardiness suited them perfectly to the rocky, challenging landscapes of colonial America. Yet, as the centuries rolled on, specialized dairy breeds like Holsteins and high-yield beef breeds pushed the milking Devon to the margins. By the mid-20th century, they had nearly disappeared. Today, thanks to dedicated breeders who understand their historic and genetic importance, the American milking Devon is once again finding its place on farms that value low-input, multi-purpose cattle. Their comeback symbolizes the rebirth of a more holistic style of farming where one animal can serve several roles, just as it did for America's earliest farmers. Another breed weaving its way back into America's agricultural tapestry is the Narragansett turkey, named after Narragansett Bay in Rhode Island. This turkey was once the bird of choice for Thanksgiving tables across New England and the Midwest. Known for its striking plumage of gray, white, black, and bronze, the Narragansett was more than just beautiful, it was practical. These birds were hardy, capable of foraging much of their own food, and produced flavorful meat that became a culinary tradition. Yet, as the commercial turkey industry shifted toward the massive, fast-growing broad-breasted white, the Narragansett nearly vanished from American farms. Today, chefs and consumers searching for richer flavors and sustainable choices are embracing the Narragansett again. Small-scale farmers are raising them not only for their superior taste but also for their role in keeping American poultry genetics diverse and resilient. The revival of this turkey is a culinary comeback story that connects today's dinner tables to those of early America. Sheep too have their own heritage champions making a return, and among them, the Navajo-Churro sheep holds a deeply cultural place. Descended from Spanish sheep brought to the Southwest in the 1500s, the Churro became integral to the Navajo people, who developed their own breed adapted to desert life. With long, coarse wool perfect for weaving rugs and blankets, these sheep supported Navajo culture, economy, and spirituality for centuries. Their survival is a testament to the resilience of indigenous communities who held on to a few flocks against the odds. Today, the Navajo-Churro is making a comeback thanks to conservation groups and Navajo shepherds working together to preserve not only the breed but also the culture tied to it. Each fleece carries the story of survival and renewal, and the revival of this sheep reflects the broader movement to honor indigenous contributions to America's agricultural landscape. Turning to poultry again, we find the Dominique chicken, often called America's first chicken breed. With its distinctive barred plumage and calm, hardy nature, the Dominique was a staple on American homesteads for centuries. It provided a steady supply of brown eggs, decent table meat, and the kind of toughness that made it thrive in rough conditions. But as industrial farming turned toward single-purpose layers like leghorns and meat breeds like Cornish crosses, the Dominique faded. For years it hovered on the edge of extinction, with only a few small flocks maintained by passionate breeders. Recently, however, backyard chicken keepers and small-scale farmers have rediscovered the Dominique, drawn to its history, utility, and docile personality. The breed's comeback is not just about eggs or meat, it's about reconnecting with America's earliest poultry traditions and keeping alive the genetics that carried families through times when chickens were more than pets or production units. They were survival partners. Cattle once again take the spotlight with the Texas Longhorn, perhaps the most iconic heritage breed in American history. These cattle are the living descendants of Spanish stock that roamed freely across the Southwest for centuries, evolving into one of the toughest, most self-sufficient breeds on the planet. With their unmistakable horns and multicolored coats, Longhorns are more than just beautiful, they are living symbols of America's frontier spirit. While modern beef breeds overtook them in the 20th century due to their smaller carcass size, Longhorn survived in part because of their genetic toughness and their ability to thrive in conditions where other cattle struggle. Today, ranchers and conservationists are championing them again, not only for their role in preserving history but also for their lean, flavorful beef and low-maintenance nature. The Texas Longhorn's comeback is a reminder that sometimes the strongest animals are not those bred for maximum size, but those bred by nature for survival. Another swine story unfolds with the Gloucestershire Old Spot Pig, which, though originally from England, became deeply rooted in American farming traditions. Known affectionately as orchard pigs, because they thrived on windfall fruit, Old Spots were valued for their docile nature, excellent mothering, and richly marbled pork. As the pork industry shifted toward uniform, leaner breeds, the Old Spot's slower growth rate and traditional fat content pushed it out of favor. By the late 20th century, it was considered critically endangered. Yet today, chefs who crave heritage pork and farmers who value easy-to-manage pigs are bringing the breed back. Their comeback is fueled by the growing farm-to-table movement, which prizes flavor and sustainability over sheer volume. For many small farmers, raising Old Spots connects them to a slower, more intentional way of farming that honors the land and the animals themselves. We can't forget the American guinea hog, once the homestead pig of the South. Small, black, and hardy, guinea hogs were prized by families for their ability to thrive on scraps, garden waste, and forage. They provided a steady supply of lard, meat, and even pest control since they were known to keep snakes away. But with the decline of small farms and the industrial push toward larger commercial hogs, guinea hogs nearly disappeared. Today, they are making a strong comeback among homesteaders who value their manageable size, gentle temperament, and connection to traditional southern farming life. Their resurgence proves that not every farm needs massive, industrial-scale animals. Sometimes, the little ones pack the biggest cultural punch. The Randall lineback cattle is another fascinating piece of America's agricultural heritage that's making a return. This striking breed, with its unique white, lineback pattern, is one of the few truly American-developed cattle breeds. Once common in New England, they were known for their versatility as dairy, beef, and draft animals. As agriculture industrialized, their numbers dwindled to near extinction, with only a single herd left in the 1980s. From that fragile beginning, breeders have slowly rebuilt the population, preserving one of America's rarest cattle. Today, Randall linebacks are cherished by farmers and chefs alike, admired not only for their utility but also for the incredible flavors of their milk and beef. Their revival is one of the most dramatic conservation success stories in American livestock history, proving that even when a breed teeters on the edge of extinction, it can be brought back with dedication and vision. The cotton patch goose offers a poultry story unlike any other. Once the primary source of down, meat, and weeding power in the American South, these geese were literally farm workers. They kept cotton fields free of grass and weeds, sparing farmers endless labor. Their name comes directly from this role in southern agriculture. As farming mechanized and herbicides took over, the cotton patch goose lost its place and nearly disappeared. Yet, they are now experiencing a comeback among sustainable farmers who appreciate their foraging skills, calm nature, and role as living lawnmowers. Reviving the cotton patch goose is about more than food, it's about restoring a breed that helped define Southern farming traditions. The revival of these American originals is not just about nostalgia. Each heritage breed carries genetic diversity that modern agriculture desperately needs. Commercial farming has narrowed its genetic base, making livestock more vulnerable to disease, climate change, and shifting markets. Heritage breeds offer a treasure trove of resilience, hardiness, and traits that could one day prove vital to food security. Their comeback also reflects a broader cultural shift, where people want food with a story, farming with a soul, and animals that embody authenticity. Heritage breeds are more than just farm animals, they're living links to America's past and vital keys to its farming future. From the rugged cattle that powered frontier life to the hardy chickens, pigs, sheep, and turkeys that kept early families alive, these breeds carry stories of resilience, survival, and tradition. Their near extinction was a warning, but their comeback is a celebration of what makes farming truly sustainable. By choosing to raise, support, or simply appreciate these animals, we help preserve biodiversity, protect cultural history, and create a food system that values quality over quantity. The real American originals are back, stronger than ever, and they remind us that progress doesn't always mean moving forward, it sometimes means looking back to the roots that shaped us. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of heritage breeds, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment about which of these amazing animals inspired you most. Together, we can keep their legacy alive.